Hello everyone, I thought I'd go through a game of Wingspan today because I only actually started playing this 2 weeks ago and found the tutorial a bit shocking. It was just too much information, and by the end of it you didn't really know what to do, so I thought if I play the game and kind of explain what I'm doing, explain how to score points, then it would help you all out, and you don't have to go through the monstrosity that is the tutorial in this game. So what I'm going to do is start a custom game between myself and an AI player. I thought I'd just keep it to 2 players at the moment, although if you're going for a score chase kind of thing, I'd suggest probably playing with more players. So yeah, we'll just start the game straight away. Okay, it looks like the other player is going first. And now it's me. So at the beginning of the game you get to choose between 5 birds, 5 pieces of food, and between 2 upgrade cards. So you could choose 3 cards and 2 pieces of food, 1 card, 4 pieces of food, as long as it adds up to 5. So this card can live in any habitat. So on the left hand side here we have habitats. We've got like a forest. I'm not sure what this is, a meadow, and then we've got a river, and you can see up here that this bird can be played in any of the habitats. This only in the river, this only in the forest, and then you see each of their food costs. So when you play this game, every time you take a turn you can only actually do one thing. So your options are, in the forest is to get food, in the meadow is to lay eggs, and in the river is to get new cards. But let me select the beginning hand first and we can go through these in a bit. I think I'm going to go for this one because this bird has a power that when you activate the bird, it'll look at a bird in the deck, and if it's below 75 centimeters, it'll tuck it under the card, and each card that's tucked under is an extra point for you at the end of the game. Now I think I'm going to go for the sparrow. No, I'm going to go for yellow-bellied sapsucker. So I'm going to select the food that needs, and then I'm going to select one of the rats or mice. Okay, so that's me done for my initial selection. Now I have to select a bonus card. Okay, I'll choose this one because I've already got a bird in my hand that eats the mice, so I'm going to go for this one. Okay, so it's my turn first, and as I was saying, in the forest, this is where you can do the select food action. So if I were to click here, it's all the food that you can see here in the bird feeder, and I'm only allowed to select one food. But if I put a card in this habitat, then by giving up a card I can select an extra piece of food. If I have 2 in this habitat, then I'll get 2 foods, so you can build up a strategy like that. And here you can see it's where you lay eggs. So the first card you put into a habitat doesn't need any eggs, you can just put it up there, but for the second card onwards you'll need to lay eggs on the birds, which down here you can see the egg, how many eggs you can lay on this bird. And this is where you get cards, and it's kind of the same thing again. You sacrifice something, whether it's an egg, whether it's food, whether it's a card. In this case it's an egg, and you'll get an extra card, but if you have 2 birds in the habitat, you can get two cards. And since I have the food for this bird, my first option is going to be to play this. Okay, so I've played the yellow-bellied sapsucker into my environment, and the other players had their go. Because AI player, you can actually click on the player and see what cards they have in what habitats. It looks like they've got a similar card to mine, but they're lucky they only have one mouse to pay for it. Okay, let's go back to my screen. Well, I don't. There's no food. There's no rats or mice in here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and select another card, one that I can hopefully play. What shall I go for? See, it's good to look at this feather here. These are actually the points that you'll get at the end of the round and end of the game when you have the bird in the habitat. So if the bird is down here still, you won't get any points, but if you play the birds into your habitats, those points add up. So it is a good idea to try and get the highest scoring birds, but then it's also a good idea to look at their bonus powers, because they can really make or break a game. You can kind of string together bonus powers and get extra cards, extra food, tuck cards, so it's a good thing to look at. Plus sometimes it's just the food cost. Sometimes you want to kind of build up your habitat so you can get more food or get more cards. So for that reason I'm going to go for this card at the moment, because it doesn't require that much food, but later on I'll probably try and select higher scoring cards. One thing I didn't mention is the bonus objectives. So the game consists of 4 rounds. And you can see here like the amount of birds in the meadow, birds with this kind of nest with eggs in it, birds in the river, and birds in the forest. So in this round, whoever has the most birds in this habitat will get bonus points, and then in the second round, whoever has a bird with this type of nest with an egg in it, like whoever has the highest number of them will win, and so forth. And each round, so I believe it's 7 goes on the first round, then 6 on the second, 5 on the third, and then 4 on the last one, but we'll see as we go along. That's how I remember it. Okay, let's grab that bird. Okay, now that I've got this bird, I'm going to go for the food, and I'm going to go for this one here, which is either hay or worm. I'm going to select the worm, and because I've activated this bird's power by playing anything in that habitat, you will activate whatever powers the birds have, and I've gained an extra worm now, and I'll say yes to that. So eggs or more cards. I think I'm going to play into the river. So let's put this bird there. Correct food selected, so off we go.
Native Americans hung gourds as houses for these birds because they eat so many bugs.
So let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I wasn't correct there, so it must be 8, 7, 6, 5. So you start with 8 and each round the number of goes down. I wasn't actually looking at the bonus objective there. I should have probably played the bird to another objective, but you've kind of got to think ahead, and I'm thinking I'm going to want more cards soon, so I'm going to go with this option at the moment. Okay, great. Food in the bird feeder has changed, and I'm going to grab me that mouse there, and that way I should get an extra worm from the supply. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm now going to play. Of course, I don't have eggs. So let's go lay a couple of eggs. And that's me done for the round. Okay, 2 goes left. I'll play this. Use the egg because it requires 1 egg to play that new bird. Okay, now that I've got these 2 birds, I want to activate both their powers. So I'm going to draw some more birds. I think I'll go for this one because it only requires 1 fish, and then I'm going to go for a random one. But when you select random ones, it's what this little sign here means that you cannot go back on your choice. So once I press it, I have to take that card, where this card I can actually deselect. So I'm going to go for a random card. Okay, that looks good enough. So what's happened now, it looks like was it a falcon? Whatever my second card here, its power is activated, and great. So any bird with a wingspan under 75 centimeters gets tucked underneath my card here. And it says it just here. And now the second bird's power is activated, so this is what always happens, like the powers activate from right, so the last bird that you placed to left. And now this one is asking me to tuck a card from my hand. It says if I do, I'll draw another card, so that way when you have a tucked bird under the card, that's actually an extra point, so I'd gain an extra point and an extra card. Although I do kind of actually like both these cards because they're only 1 food. So I may just actually hold on to these, even though I would grab an extra point. So I'm actually gonna skip. It looks like neither of us gained any bonus points, so if I just laid 1 bird in that meadow habitat, the middle one there, I would have actually gained 4 points. But because I've laid the birds in the river, it looks like in the 3rd round I'll be ready to hopefully get the bonus point for that one. Okay, start of round 2. It looks like I need some different types of food. There is a fish in there, so I think I will grab that fish actually. now that I have the fish, I'm going to play this card into this habitat, and I have an egg here that I can use, so I'll use that as well. Excellent. Now let's look at the feeder again. So now if I go to select the bird feeder again, because there's only one piece of food in there, I can actually choose to re-roll, and it'll have a whole set of new food there. And this also goes for if it was two hay, 5 hay, or 5 fish. If they're all the same, you're allowed to re-roll. But I'm actually thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some eggs instead, because another thing you can actually do, and I'll show you here. Yeah, it's saying that I need eggs first, so let me go lay the eggs and I'll show you what I can do. Let's lay the eggs on this bird. Okay, so I didn't grab food and I laid eggs instead, because you can actually use any 2 pieces of food and then turn them into the food that you need. And I thought, since I've got three worms, why waste a turn trying to get a mouse? I'll just use them, and then I can play this food here, this bird here, and then I can start getting two food for each turn I have. So that's what I'm going to do. Great. Okay, so I've got an egg in there, and that's actually one of the bonus objectives. Let's see if I've got any other birds with that kind of... yeah, here, see? This bird's got that kind of a nest as well. Now I'm regretting not having a couple of birds in this habitat to get more eggs. So I think what I will do is I'm just gonna lay a load of eggs so I can get the bonus, and then I can use them throughout the game. So let's do that action. Okay. And then, because I've got 2 turns left, and there's another bird down here that takes 3, I think I'm just gonna lay more eggs. But this does actually mean a bird with this nest with an egg in it, so how many eggs you actually have in here doesn't count towards anything. So you could just do 1 and then 1 for this. So the more birds with this nest type you have with an egg in them, that's what actually counts towards the bonus. But I'm just going to give this bird 2 anyway. Okay, now that I've got the eggs, I think I'm going to go grab me some new birds because I don't have any. I can select 2 now. I think I'm going to go for this bird because it's high scoring, and this wheel, multicolored wheel here, means anything, so any food plus a fish, and you can play this. So I think I'm going to go for the fish crow. This one looks a bit difficult to activate with 3 pieces of food. Because I'm at the end of the second round, I don't really want to go for birds with low feather points there, so I'm going to go for a random bird. Okay, we'll take that. And now I can select another bird because of the power of the bird just here. So I'll select another random. Okay, let's see if we've got, great, another bird with a small wingspan, so that's going to be tucked, so that bird's got an extra 2 points under it now. So now if I tuck a card, I can grab another one. This one looks like it'd probably be difficult to play, so I'll tuck that. Okay, I can grab another card because I've tucked it. Oh, 9 points, good, but that looks like it'll probably be a bit difficult, but we'll see. And as you see on here, it says tuck one from your hand behind this card. If you do draw one, and this one's draw one, if you do discard one card. So now that I've come to the end of my turn, I have to discard one. I think I'm going to try and get these 9 points actually, so I'm going to discard this card. And, oh wow, so I come second place and only get two points there. It looks like the AI player had more birds with these nests with eggs in them, so that's a shame, but it looks like I am still ahead with birds in the river habitat, so let's see how this round plays out. Okay, let's see, I think food will be good. I'll grab one of these and then I'll re-roll. There we go. There's no fish, there's some worms, there's some of this food as well, but I'll get a worm anyway, so I might as well grab 2 of these so I can play this 9-pointer bird. Great, another bird tucked because this bird has the same power as the one I've got in the river habitat. And I gain 1 from the supply. Okay, since I can play this one now, I'm going to put it in this habitat. There we go. Give it an egg from here. And it looks like we've got a fish in the feeder, so I think I will get more food. I think I'll grab that fish, and because I'm going to get a worm and we're all going to gain berries, I think I'm going to go for the hay because I'm not sure which bird I'll grab next. Yep. Of course, you can select no, and you know, if you're playing tactically and you know that the other player has a card and needs that food, you could say no. Let's now see. Great, another bird tucked as well, so my bird here has an extra 2 points on it, as you can see. And another worm. Great. So I know I have none in this habitat, but because the amount of birds in the river habitat is how I get the bonuses, I am going to play this one here now. Looks like this requires 2 eggs, so luckily I laid those eggs. And the number of eggs you've actually got in play is a point at the end of the game. So if you've got 5 unused eggs, you'll get 5 extra points. Okay, I have 2 turns left. I don't have any cards. Looks like I've got 2 eggs, so I'll select some cards. think I'll grab this one because it's 6 points, even though I don't have another hay. And then I'm going to go for 2 randoms, I think. Yeah, I'll probably be tucking that card. Because each habitat can only actually have 5 cards in it. So in my river habitat, I'm only allowed 1 more card, and then I can't actually put any more cards down. So you've got to be careful where you got these small point cards, because you can't remove a card. So towards the later rounds, you have to be a bit tactical with what you place where. I'm going to go for another random one. I see this is a good card, because you get to draw 2 cards and discard 1, so you get an extra card each time, but the fact that it's got no points, I'll have to think about that one. And great. So now I can discard an egg, and I can grab any type of food from the supply, so it'll just give me a list of all the foods basically if I go for that, but I don't really want to discard an egg at the moment, so I'm going to skip this one. And now I get to choose another bird, so I'm going to go for a random one. Okay, I might keep that one just so I can get more eggs. Okay, let's see. Nope, we've tucked another one, excellent. If I tuck, so I think I'm going to tuck this one. And then I get to select another card. See, this is a nice power, so between turns, if the other player lays an egg, you get to lay an egg on this type of a nest. But it has to be another nest, so you wouldn't be able to lay it on this actual bird itself, and I'm not sure if I do have a bird with that kind of a nest. Now, which one should I discard? I think I'm going to play that one. That one I'm going to try and play. That one I might play. Okay, I think I'm actually going to get rid of this one just because it's high food cost. And the fact that if I go through, look, I don't have any birds with that kind of a nest, so considering I've only got 1 go left and the next round is the final round, it's not really tactical for me to play this bird, so I'm going to discard that one. Okay, considering it's my last go and there's bonuses, I think I'm going to get the ruddy duck. And shall I use the worm or the... Yeah, we'll use the worm. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to use the worm because then I can use the berries for this bird, and I'll save the hay for this bird. Let's go for that one. But I think I've got 2 eggs. Yes, I do. And as you can see, I had 5 birds in that habitat, and because I won that bonus round, I get 6 points. And as you can see, each bonus round, the scores get higher by a point. So the later on bonuses are higher scoring. So it's good to think ahead. Like that initial one, I didn't do anything, but then I was putting birds here. So thinking ahead, I've actually gained more points by doing it that way. And now the final and shortest round. Okay, so I'm gonna need eggs, you see. So I'm currently thinking, because I've got 5 goes, first get one into the egg habitat, I'll call it. And we'll use the berries, and then later I'll put this bird into the forest habitat. See, I'm going to need 2 eggs. What I might do is get food now, because that way I could trade one of the food for an extra egg, which might come in handy. But eggs are always good because they're points at the end, so you know, lay as many as you can really. Okay, let's grab some food. Let's refresh this one. I'll grab a hay. What else? I will actually grab a worm, another worm, even though I'm going to get one now. Yep, let's all grab berries. Let's see if I get to tuck a card. I do, excellent. Let's go into habitat. 3 tucked beneath there, so that's kind of like a 6-pointer bird. And I'll grab another worm. Okay, so now I need eggs to actually play that card. Let's just put them up here because I find it's easier when you're playing the card in that habitat just to have the eggs ready there. And I'm going to give up one of the worms, I think, to grab me another egg. There we go. And I won't bother tucking. Okay, the final 2 goes, so I will play this bird and use the eggs. So I'm hoping now with these four cards in this habitat I can possibly win this bonus. It's looking like it at the moment. And you can see like total scores, bonuses, all down here, but we don't know. I want to see if, yeah, it doesn't show us what our opponent has. So now it's the final go. What I'd suggest usually is just to lay eggs because eggs are points. But you know, if you've got like a good combo. So here I know I can draw a load of cards. This might tuck another card underneath it, gaining another point. I can tuck one of the birds under this card that I select, so that will gain another point. So there's a possible 2 points there, or I give up food and get a definite 3 points by having 3 eggs. So I think I'm going to go for that. So let's lay eggs on there. Let's give up some food and lay another egg, and that's that. I've got no birds to tuck under this, so I just press. And great, I won that bonus as well, so 7 points for me there. And now, moment of truth, we'll see who scored the most. Oh, so it looks like all those high-scoring birds really helped out there. Excellent. Well, they caught up with their tuck cards and eggs there, as you can see. When it first started there, I thought with the number of birds they were never going to catch up, but it just shows there's so many different ways of playing this game. Whether it's high point birds, whether it's your bonus objectives, your end of round goals, eggs, food on cards or tuck cards. There's so many intricate little details, and it keeps you thinking. Like the first time we played this game, we went to bed and then woke up next day going, I actually want to try again because I understand something more, and each time I play there's something that I miss, or I didn't know initially. So even here playing this with and showing this to you guys, that there's things I've actually forgotten to tell you. So what I'm going to do is bring this up again. So these nests here that you see, when there's powers like this, so it says all players lay one egg on any one bird with this type of nest. So these types of nests can actually take this bonus egg. And also there's let's see, there's no birds that exist with them at the moment, but there's also a nest with a star in it, and that's also the same, meaning that these nest types will take any of the kind of bonus eggs. Otherwise you would need birds with this type of a rounded nest to be able to accept these. I'm trying to think if there's actually anything else I've missed, but if I do, I can make an additional video. And you know, if there's anything that you've seen I've missed, please comment below, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. And Alan out.